And today we see that Project Cheapbolt has a whole new look. That deadbolt body has been removed, and in its place is a Proline F650 body. The reason why we went with this body is twofold. A, I'd been wanting a new body. Love the deadbolt body, love it. But I was getting tired of every time I went out running with a bunch of people, I'd be lost in a sea of deadbolts. So I had to do something about that, and I wanted a longer wheelbase. The 12-inch wheelbase is nice, but I wanted something a little more, and this body right here gives me a 13.8-inch wheelbase. To complement this body, though, took some changes. The original bumper I was running was the stock deadbolt bumper with a winch on it. Here in its place, we have a dingo bumper. It fits this body very nicely, even with the corners where they kick around. Has the provisions here in the middle, came with 2 light buckets to go here in the middle, but instead of running those, that's where I'll mount my winch back. On the rear of Cheapbolt, I was running a stock deadbolt front bumper with the stinger cut off. That wouldn't work here, so in its place we have a JK bumper. It fits this body very nicely, nice and wide like it. Fits the curve of the body very well. This bumper normally has a tire carrier on it. Had to cut off the mounts for it. No big deal there. And I had to lengthen the mounts a bit. So to lengthen these mounts here, what I did is I cut the stock mounts in half, mounted them back here into the bracket like normal, and then for the length I needed, I used brake line, slid over top the mounts. This brake line the mounts fit perfectly inside of. I filled the mounts full, or covered the mounts with 5-minute epoxy, put the brake line over top of them, set it in place, and voila! It's a nice strong bumper mount in the rear. So it should hold up nicely. There's still a couple things I need to do for this body. In the back here, the shocks are laying down a lot for this extra wheelbase. I plan on making a set of shock keys to bring the shock back up more vertical, and might give it about a 1/2 inch lift in the back. In the front, if I give it a 1/2 inch in the back, I'll have to give it about a 1/4 inch in the front. So underneath here, my old inner fenders will have to go. I'll have to make some new ones fit this new body. A little bit longer in the front and rear. So a little recap while we're in here about our Project Cheapbolt. Started this a little over a year ago, just trying to build a deadbolt for not a lot of money. Didn't want to go crazy on it, even though at times we sort of did. It sets on a custom crawl version 1 chassis. This is the angled skid chassis. Attached to this chassis is a set of RPM sliders. On these RPM sliders on this side we have a Hey OK winch controller, which will control our winch up front. Over here we have a Mamba Micro X sitting down here underneath this fan. The good thing about this is an awesome speed controller. It's small footprint but very powerful. I run this on 3S. Keeping it cool is a Castle Creations fan. This came with a SCT motor and speed controller combo for the motor. It's adapted it to fit the Mamba Micro X. The Mamba Micro X powers a Holmes Hobby 2200 stubby that has been waterproofed. It spins a axial transmission with metal gears from Hot Racing. Here we have a Castle BEC buried down in here. This BEC gives power to the Holmes Hobby servo. Have an HV500 up front and gives it full 8.4 volts. Controlling all this, we have a Futaba receiver inside this Traxxas waterproof radio box. Getting the power to the ground is a set of J-Concept Scorpio tires. These are amazing tires. They themselves are wrapped around some China bead locks. Cheap bead locks, but very effective and do their job quite well. The axles have axial HD gears in them, stock in the front, underdrive in the rear, locked up RC F1 spools. In the front we also have a set of locked up CVDs and locked up clockable C-hubs. At the very end of the C-hubs we have RPM knuckles. These plastic knuckles are very effective, very strong, and fit very well. Front we have China links on the bottom. I like the look of them because they look like the links you see on the front of some of the older Fords. Up top, if you watched our 4-link video, we just had the stock Traxxas rods up top. Moving to the back, I had to make new links for the extended wheelbase. These are threaded rod and brake line covered in bed lining for the top and bottom. They're 1.8 inches longer than stock and do the job quite well. For drive shafts, I got lucky. I was able to use in a parts bag that comes with the deadbolt. There's some longer shafts. I was able to use the 2 long shafts and the long middle. Didn't have to do no custom work there to make a drive shaft. One dropped right in on us. And there you have it, a quick rundown of what makes up Project Cheapbolt. Next up is to paint this body. We're going to go for a multi-colored color scheme. Top half's going to be kind of a purple color. We'll have a stripe coming back through here. Down the side it's going to be in blue, kind of have a marble effect to it. And the bottom portion is going to be white. We'll do a video on prepping the body and probably on masking it and painting it as well. So make sure you follow along and catch those. Subscribe so you don't miss them or any of our other future videos or updates. Feel free to like this video, and if you have any comments, drop them down below. We'd love to hear them. So thank you for watching, and happy RCing.